On to the U.S. elections now. Is the presidential race slipping away from Kamala Harris? Should the Democrats be worried? Well, a new Wall Street Journal poll suggests that the Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump has taken a narrow lead over Kamala Harris. The approval rating of his time as the former president peaked to an all-time high. Not just the Wall Street Journal, a latest survey also showing similar trends. Trump has the lead, although narrow. This is a distinct shift of pattern, you see, from last week. Earlier, opinion polls showed Harris enjoying a comfortable lead. What's changed, you ask? What are the trends saying exactly? Let's show you. According to the poll survey, former President Donald Trump is leading Vice President Kamala Harris by 2 points in a direct matchup. Trump has 51% support compared to Harris's 49%. This is taking into account likely voters who favor one candidate. This is the data collected from the poll of 1,244 likely voters conducted from October 21 to 22. The data was released on Wednesday, and it's important to remember the poll has a margin of error of 2.5%. But at this point, the data shows a clear shift from Harris's 4-point lead last month. And the poll comes as Harris and Trump are locked in a neck-and-neck race for the White House. Less than 2 weeks to go. These polls have political analysts and surveys split on who will win. With some polls suggesting that Trump is ahead of Harris, the results are highly uncertain. Of course, they could flip in either direction. Anything could happen in this high-stake battle, as it now relies on the 12% likely voters who may or may not vote. Add to that the fact that 18% of the registered voters are still weighing their choices. Now, these statistics that we just stated are proof enough that this has the power to change the entire course of the election. But the question to ask here is it too soon to ask if the election is actually slipping away from Harris? According to a report by The Hill, while Democrats remain optimistic, they are worried about the margins closing in on the 7 key battleground states, particularly the blue wall states of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, states which have paved the path to the White House for the last 2 Democratic presidents. Will there be a change this time around? According to the Cook Political Report, Senate races in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin are in a toss-up. As per reports, Arab American voters in Michigan are brewing doubts. They are a populace, remember, deeply affected by the Gaza conflict. This is the section of the society that remains unhappy with Harris's appeal to the Muslim communities because of her so-called diplomatic policy, which, by the way, does not take a much different tone than what the Biden administration did. But that's not all. The state of the economy remains a major concern, a top issue this election season, naturally, both nationally and in the battleground states. As per the CNBC All-America Economic Survey, Donald Trump seems to hold commanding leads among voters who basically prioritize inflation. Voters concerned about the economy, especially the middle class, are looking at Trump to get their needs met. And let's not forget, in some key states, the black male voters were seen to be edging towards Trump. We told you that last night. And now, the Gen Forward survey conducted at the University of Chicago in a deeply researched analysis of how race and ethnicity shaped the experience of millennials and Gen Z found some key shifts in their findings this month. As per the survey, a quarter of young black men between the ages of 18 and 40 were found to be supporting Trump. Why is this remarkable? Because it is in stark contrast to the 2020 elections, where 9 out of 10 of this demographic backed Joe Biden. This basically suggests a shift in a key voter base which can make or break the poll verdict. And with all of these factors working heavily for Trump, Democrats have a reason to be worried. They could be nervous or even rattled. Can they salvage the situation at this juncture is the question. Should Harris's campaign reboot its strategy at this point by pulling out a Trump card that can swing the results to Harris's favor? We will have to wait and watch. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.